Practice of physiotherapy covers the pediatric population, promoting health for children. For this reason, we want to assess the functional capacity of children, which means the ability of children to carry out activities, through the pediatric evaluation of disability inventory. This tool is used to evaluate children with physical and mental disability, with three intents, which are self-care, mobility, and social function. It's important identifying the skills that each child has, which will identify the needs of population. In this case, they are children with motor disabilities who attend the official school in Cundinamarca, which will enhance their role as a student of each child and allow better access to its education through inclusion. The main of this research is presenting the characteristics of pedi in infants who attend 3 schools in Cundinamarca.
There is a lack of knowledge about children with motor disability who attend institutions educative in Cundinamarca. According to the NI in 2010, there were 1,631 children with motor disability, including neuromuscular and musculoskeletal dysfunction. However, the statistics that report the activities daily and accessibility to public places don't cover the number of children registers. Moreover, there is a knowledge about degree, abilities, and capacity the children with motor disability. For this reason, can have an appropriate process learning that adjusts on their needs. Now, teachers and caregivers training are missed when they talk about the inclusion and how to manage of children with motor disability. For this reason, the school directives can design an alternative of learning that integrate and capacity the person and include and support kids with special needs.
According to the World Report on Disability of the World Health Organization, more than 1 billion of people in the world have some degree of disability, and of these, approximately 200 million of people have some considerable difficulty in the function. In Colombia, approximately 2,632,255 people, 6.3% of Colombian people, have some type of permanent disability according to the 2005 census. In Cundinamarca, it is estimated that there are a total of 30,783 people with disability, which 16,253 have problems with the movement and body structure, where 2,613 are children.
In this context, functional capacity is understood as the ability to perform activities of daily life, where health comes into play: physical, mental independence, and social integration. In children, functional capacity varies according to development and age. International Classification of Functioning Disability and Health defines disability as a generic term that covers deficiencies, limitation of activity, and restriction of participation. Disability is understood as the interaction between people who suffer from a disease, for example cerebral palsy, and personal environment factors, for example negative attitudes, inaccessible public buildings and transport, and limited social. Motor disability is defined as any motor impairment due to a bone, joint, muscular, or nervous impairment that, to a varying degree, limits the performance of own activities for the child's age. The Pediatric Population Disability Inventory was developed to assess the functional capacity of children between 6 months and 7.5 years with physical or mental disabilities. It can also be used to evaluate older children whose functional abilities are below expectation, 7.5 years old child without disabilities. The PEDI measures two things: the capacity, that is what the child can do, and the performance, that is what the child actually does, of the functional activities in three content areas: self-care, mobility, and social function. It does it in three scales: functional skills, assistance of the caregiver, and necessity of modification.
About justification, in Colombia has been proposed to increase education levels in the population and accessibility to it. For this reason, it is important to analyze and understand that each child has different characteristics and none is equal to another. In this population, there are cases of children that present alteration in their functional capacity. For this reason, the population should be characterized and not what educational institution is attending in order to identify barriers, to identify the social determinants of health that may be affecting the learning process or that may be essential to potentiate the process of rehabilitation and inclusion. The education will improve the forms of access educational spaces, which will generate future adults who can contribute to society with their educational and work role, helping the progress of society.
So continue with the objectives. Our general objectives are to describe the functional capacity of the infant population with motor disability, of the official educational institutions of Sabana Centro in the department of Cundinamarca. So our specific objectives are first, to select a child who meet each inclusion criteria, so child between 4 and 13 years, and a score lower than 4 according with the gross motor function classification system. Second, to characterize the population with collection of socio-demographic data. Third, to apply the PEDI evaluation tool to identify the functional capacities of each individual and the gross motor classification system to know the level of functionality of each participant. Fourth, to analyze the socio-demographic data obtained in the development test. And the last objective are to describe the functional capacity in the child with motor disability throughout the PEDI scale and gross motor functional classification system.